Hello, hello, hello. So, talking about balance today. So, the secret is out. The basis of all of my functional training career started with ballet. So I usually get hit up with a lot of questions about balance, because that's a hot ticket for a lot of people, and it's universal, whether you're doing boot camp or Pilates or dance exercises or just anything, senior fitness especially. Balance is a really big idea. So one of the tricks of the trade that took me, I don't know, about 14 years of ballet to figure out, which I wish somebody had told me on year one, is to flip the way that you think about balance. So what I'm going to use is I'm going to use one exercise, which is an awesome one. I usually do in my sculpt classes or my bar classes as well, where you're in a flex position, and I usually do this barefoot, by the way, which is why I'm in socks. But it works the same in tennis shoes as well, but it's always better in barefoot for what I'm about to do. So your stork position is you're driving your legs straight back and still trying to keep alignment all the way through your body. I'm doing basically a one-legged squat with my standing leg, okay? Really good balancing exercise, really great if you want to get the glute work. Hello, bar people, shout out to you. But the way that you see a lot of students struggle with this is they say, oh, we're on one leg, and they start to, oh God, I don't know, and they become a victim of the floor. Ballet technique number one, and you'll see this when I'm referring to it in my jumping higher video. How to jump higher works exactly the same way, is you treat the floor like it is something that you are in control of. So what does that mean? So if I were going for jumps higher, I'm actually thinking about throwing it down as if it were a leg press machine, and that was the plate. So instead of me trying to be on top of the floor, I'm actually commanding the floor where I want it to be. The same thing works in balance. As long as your feet are not holding on to tension like you're standing on two bricks, you should be able to find your balance, or at least train to find your balance, by not feeling like, okay, I'm trying my best mentally to stand on top of my foot. I'm actually thinking I am the center of the universe, and I am placing the floor exactly where I want it, and I want it underneath me right now. So that's one mentality, and get your students to kind of think that way, is place the floor where you want it. Make it what you are operating on rather than operating from. So from here, what I would do is on the eccentric contraction, as I'm going down into it, I'm actually thinking, place the floor where I want it. Because usually when students lose balance is on that eccentric contraction. So going down, place the floor exactly where I want it. Sometimes you'll fall, it's totally fine. Then from there, you have the concentric contraction, which usually people were much adept at concentric or extension. We usually have a lot more control. So eccentric is where people will lose it. So in this particular one, if they lose their connection, or if they're thinking too much about their foot or their operatives in other areas, it's going to be really hard for them to control it. So try and keep the form nice and solid, and don't be a victim of the floor. Place the floor where you want it. And that's true for almost every exercise. Balaton, hello, whenever we do these things and we go side to side, you're still placing the floor where you want it. Any kind of balancing exercise, whatever it may be, place the floor where you want it. That's really, really useful information. Hopefully it'll help you out too. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks.